Prepare your brains, bookworms, because I'm going to geek out on literature. So this is the first installment of 4 videos I'm planning to make a year, one for each season. So I'm going to be recapping and reviewing every book that I've read in the last few months. The first book that I'm going to be talking about is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë, which is a bit out of the ordinary for me. But it's one of my best friend Jose's favorite books, so I figured I'd pick it up. Jane Eyre is the story of a 19th century girl who grows up in a really loveless household, and she becomes a very logical and stern adult because of it. She does find love that is far from perfect, but suits her perfectly. It's a love story, which has some surprising supernatural elements to it too. It was really surprising as a whole, which is not really what you expect from a love story, so that was really interesting. I really love first-person narratives too, and in this book I thought it was particularly well done because we really got an insight into a character that you felt like the other characters had no idea about, which was really fun to have as a reader. Jane is a super proper character. Every choice she makes is really logical and she doesn't really follow her heart as much. So as a reader it's almost frustrating sometimes because you're just like, just do something you want for a change. Overall, a really enjoyable book. I want to keep reading way past my bedtime. My second book is Bone and Bread by Saleema Nawaz, and it's my first Canadian book of the season. I'm going to try and include a Canadian book in every episode that I film of this series. This is the story of how to deal with loss of family with your family, and how to pick yourself up after your life completely falls apart. The book follows 2 sisters, and you get to see how they both react completely different to very tragic events in their lives while they're growing up. The plot can sometimes seem a little bit overdramatic, but the realism of the characters kind of really makes up for it for me, because they feel like real people. Even if their situation might be a little insane and crazy, the way they react, it feels like how someone would react to a certain situation. The book deals with mental illness and how it not only affects the person, but it also affects everyone around them, their family, their friends. A very interesting read that makes you question how your relationship with others has affected your own personality. My last book is Grace's Guide, The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up. The author is Grace Helbig, a very famous YouTuber in case that's not your sort of thing. I don't usually gravitate towards non-fiction, so this was kind of different for me, but I love Grace so much that I really wanted to read it. This book is kind of like a mix mash of like a lifestyle, self-help, diary kind of thing. She really explores different aspects and they're all hilarious and full of anecdotes that are just super fun to read. The book includes lots of pictures and checklists and even quotes from her mom, which are really adorable. And it's all like the little details that really make this book just a little bit more entertaining. The book was a little bit more soul-bearing than I expected, but it's definitely still filled with all her awkward charm. It was a super fun book to read and I laughed like a bunch of times throughout it, so I really recommend it if you're looking for like a light, fun read. Have you read any of the books that I talked about? If so, leave a comment down below. I want to know what you guys thought about it. Also, I'm always looking for new suggestions, so if you love the book that you read recently, please let me know and it might be in my next episode. If you haven't already, check out last week's silly video.